How organised is your home? Well, we're going to start organising our homes with the junk drawer first up. Bonnie Black is a professional organiser. She is the Little Miss Organised. Bonnie's going to be here every fortnight to give you some inspiration for making life a little easier. Hello.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Good. Did that ring some bells with you? That there's a... Although... Which drawer is it for you? Now, for me, it is about the third and the fourth drawers, to be perfectly frank.
Sure.
That are full of stuff.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I have to tell you, I don't actually have a junk drawer myself, and that's...
What?
I know. But that's giving hope to people. You know, there's a solution out there and it does work. So we often find in people's homes the first drawer can be the junk drawer, but often it's the third or the fourth drawer as well.
The first drawer makes no sense because that's where your knives and your forks are.
I know, you'd think it would be the most organised one, but
yes.
Especially if you've got kids or you've had little kids, it's full of those plastic kid spoons or the dispensers for the Nurofen and the Panadol, and nobody really knows where to put those things. And so when we're doing a kitchen, we always start with that drawer because that's the one that's the least emotional.
Where do you put all those little Nurofen things? I know what you're talking about. The ones where you have to measure it out to give your child the right dose, all those sort of things.
Usually you put it with the Nurofen and the Panadol, and that's generally not in the top drawer, is it?
No, it's in the fridge for me. So with it might be the best idea.
Yeah, so having a medicine spot.
Oh, fancy that.
Yeah, I know. It's a revolutionary idea, right?
It certainly is. Now, the junk drawer isn't just the kitchen, though, is it? The junk drawer, I have junk drawers as well in my study. I have not the bedroom so much. I've got junk. Well, I've got a junk cupboard, but we'll get to that later. But let's just stay with that. So it can be anywhere, can it? The kitchen, the office, bedside drawers.
Yep.
We have a lot of little bits and pieces of stuff.
Yeah, we do. We don't really know which place to put things in, so we just kind of scoop it into a drawer and think, oh, we'll deal with that later, and later never comes, of course. So it can be any room.
And is the reason we have one because we think we will use it, or because it actually is useful? Because when I think about it, I don't actually go to that third drawer very often. I avoid it like the plague, in fact, because it scares me a little.
Yeah, well, that's why we call it the drawer of doom, because it's scary going in there. You might not ever come out again.
What have you found in people's junk drawers or drawers of doom?
Oh, lots of things. So you can get anything from all those little bits of the extra bits of cutlery, and so plastic things that were, used when you had little kids, and the Nurofen dispensers and all that kind of thing, to rubber bands, to batteries, to anything little that people haven't given a home somewhere. It just all goes in there.
What's the solution then for cleaning up?
Look, finding a place for everything. That saying, a place for everything and everything in its place, it rings true for a reason. And people talk about that being a little bit too OCD or a little bit too anal, but that's actually what works. So if you had a place for all your batteries to go, if you had a place for all your medicine to go, if you had a pen holder where all your pens were to go, you wouldn't actually have a junk drawer.
You'd have a spot for everything.
Yeah.
But isn't that just a whole lot more spots for more stuff? Are you actually addressing the issue when you do that?
Well, I guess the thing is, if you're creating, say, a battery box, you're giving yourself a boundary. So once that battery box is full or getting too close to being full, then you say, right, no more can fit in here, so we have to do a cull. The same thing has to happen with pens. So people tend to think that, oh, my pen holder's full, so I'll just chuck this one down in the drawer. How many pens do you use at one time? One. And generally speaking, we've got our favourites. It's that Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule.
Yep.
We have always got those couple that we will go back to. They're our fallbacks. So why are we keeping the pens that we got from the hotel or from the exhibition? Yeah, they're useful, but you don't need it. So why don't you pass it on to someone who will actually use it like a charity?
Yeah. So, Bonnie, I just want to know, do you, in your kitchen, do you have your utensils hanging down where you can get them, or are they in a drawer?
Oh, they're in a drawer because I don't like too much visual clutter. It creates too much mental clutter.
Right. You're never coming to my house.
Look, some people can do hanging utensils really beautifully, but really if you're a minimalist, that's the only time that it actually looks beautiful as well as being functional. And most people who try to do the hanging utensils end up with 50 of them up there, and that just doesn't tend to look so great.
Yeah. How often should we be cleaning out our junk drawers?
Oh, regularly. I think at least once a month.
Ooh. I was hoping you were going to say once every 4 or 5 years. No, once a month.
Oh, that's really going to build up a mountain for you that long.
I'm sure that there are people like me who put something new in the junk drawer, and it's a bit like you open it just a bit, shove it in there, and then push everything back in.
Hope that it doesn't pop out later.
In the middle of the night, you're going to hear some creaking and kaboom as everything goes. How can you organise these drawers then if you're going to do it properly?
Yeah, look, it's okay for people to actually have miscellaneous drawers. It's not about, you shouldn't have a drawer full of those random items. It's about organising them properly. So if you went to the discount shop near you and got a whole lot of those shallow baskets, colour code them if you like, and put those in that drawer, then you can have a spot where your spare pens can go. Then you can have a spot for your batteries and your Nurofen dispensers or whatever it is. But it's about assigning a home for things. So a miscellaneous drawer is fine. Just don't let it overflow and become a junk drawer.
All right. I cannot promise anything. With the old junk drawers, just one. Should we keep it to just one? As I say, I do have 2. I'm not even making that up. I've got 2, and it's there's overflow into other drawers.
That's the thing. Once we start breaching our boundaries, then it just kind of sets us up for danger down the track. So setting those boundaries and saying, right, I'm going to stick to it. And once this drawer is full, I'm going to, do some maintenance work on it. So I think it's fine, as I said, to have a miscellaneous drawer, but don't let it overflow into more drawers or into the cupboard of doom or the room of doom.
Yes. Well, we'll get to the room of doom later because I'm sure everyone has one. Well, some people have one of those too. Now, I bought my husband a few years back now a man tin. And that's what it's called on the
man tin.
A man tin. Because, and I'm sure he's not the only one. I'm sure a lot of blokes do this, and maybe some women too, where they just collect like nuts and bolts and
rubbish.
Things. I don't even know what they are, but it's like, oh no, put that in the man tin. No, that goes in the man tin. How much stuff can they keep that it never gets used?
I know, and this causes so much frustration for so many wives because those man tins overflow into drawers and into cupboards, and then all of a sudden you can't find the garage bench.
Then it's in your living room on the bookshelf.
Yes.
A screwdriver. Why? I've got a whole set of you, like that kind of thing actually on my bookshelf at home because there's nowhere else to put it.
Yeah, sure. So once again, it's about assigning it a home. Give your husband a spot where you can say, all right, this is your man tin, but once it's full, you've got to do something about it. And it's about sticking to those boundaries.
All right. You're going to have to get tough.
Yes, tough love.
We'll see how we go. All right. So that is our sort of our duty for the next fortnight, or one of our tasks. That's better.
Yes,
one of
homework,
the tasks,
if you like.
Yeah, that's a good word. Homework for the next week. Get into the junk drawer. All right, I might do that.
Well,
I might Facebook Live it just for the fun of it.
That would be awesome.
That would be scary because I'll have to go through it first.
No, we can't show that one. Let's get that out of there.
That's it. Might be giving too much away.
Yeah.
All right, I will Facebook Live cleaning out the junk drawers, so just be ready for it when it happens.
Sounds good.
Bonnie, thank you very much. What's your website?
www.littlemissorganised.com.au